name's Clayton Miller.
Taste of love is sweet when hearts like ours meet. I fell for you like a child. Oh, but the fire went wild. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, 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 that ring of fire, that ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, 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 that ring of fire, that ring of fire, that ring of fire, that ring of fire, that ring of fire.
Well, hello again. I'm going to give this another go. Last time I had no plan, hardly. This time, a little bit more of a plan. I'm going to try to go with a little bit of a theme for each one, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. But, this one's going to be kind of an episode from my mother. I haven't been posting anything on Facebook about it, just because it's been quite the experience. But my mother had to have emergency surgery back in the last week of March, when all hell broke loose there, and with everything that was going on, I was unable to go down to Pittsburgh to the hospital while she had the surgery and while she recovered down there for a month, and then sent her back up here to a nursing home to recover and rehab. And with everything going on, was unable to go there to see her, with the exception of a window visit that me and my wife were able to have with her back in August. I have not seen my mother since I dropped her off at the hospital in the last week of March. So the good news is that here at the beginning of October, she should be coming home from the nursing home finally. So I'm not sure when I'm going to end up posting this. Probably around the beginning or middle of October, because her birthday is going to fall in there also. So today, a lot of this is just going to be songs that have some sort of connection to my mother. There's going to be a lot of old classic country songs here, so if that's not your jam, then you might not like it too much, but alright, she loves her Johnny Cash. She loved being able to come down to Big Run whenever Double Negative would do the September Fest down at Big Run Park. I would always play a few acoustic songs, and Ring of Fire was always one of them that she was looking forward to. So now here's another old country song made famous by George Jones. Double Negative had a rather aggressive cover of it, but this is another song my mother likes. Suppose I should have figured out what key I wanted to do this in before. Nope, that's no good. There it is. We'll go with that. He said, I'll love you till I die. She said, you're forgetting time. As the years went slowly by, she still preyed upon his mind. Kept her picture on the wall. Went half crazy now and then. He still loved her through it all, hoping she'd come back again. Kept some letters by his bed, dated 1962. He had underlined in red every single I love you. I went to see him just today, Lord, but I didn't see no tears. All dressed up to go away,
First time I'd seen him smile in years. He stopped loving her today. Placed a wreath upon his door. Soon they'll carry him away. He stopped loving her today. Well, you know, she came to see him one last time. We all wondered if she would. I just couldn't help thinking to myself, this time he's over her for good. He stopped loving her today. Placed a wreath upon his door. Soon they'll carry him away. He stopped loving her today. He stopped loving her today. Placed a wreath upon his door. Soon they'll carry him away. He stopped loving her today.
Oh, saddest song ever. Saddest song ever. Alright. Well, this next one is an original. As I mentioned in the previous episode, I stole the Red-Bearded Stranger moniker from Willie Nelson's Red-Headed Stranger, and my mom has always been forever fond of calling me her Red-Bearded Stranger since then, so this is the aptly titled song, Red-Bearded Stranger.
I'm walking down this lonesome road, thinking about a girl I used to know. I loved her, but I never told her so. Now I'm just a red-bearded stranger on the road. I make my living playing this old guitar, rambling from town to town, bar to bar, looking back at dead dreams of being a star. Now I'm just a red-bearded stranger who never got too far. choose. But it's been so damn long since I heard any good news. Now I'm just a red-bearded stranger with nothing left to lose. I find myself crying. If I said I didn't have no regrets, well, you know I'd be lying. If I could go back and do it over again, well, you know I'd be trying. Now I'm just a red-bearded stranger busy dying. Just a red-bearded stranger who's on the road, busy dying. Yeah. So yeah, that's the Red-Bearded Stranger song. It used to be a lot slower and more mellow, but I can't play the whole thing. It used to go like that. Isn't that nice? I wouldn't be able to make it through the whole song like that now. Goodness. I don't know how I did it then. Poorly. That's how I did it then. Poorly. Alright. Now this next song. I grew up pretty much only knowing classic country, whatever was being played on WPHB. Whatever music Sheldon Sharpless was putting directly into my brain is all I knew. That and whatever music my mother had around the house. And she had 8 tracks. And I remember listening to an 8-track of this artist all the time, just because it was so different from anything else. Now, I don't even know how many people are even familiar with this artist, but there was a handful of songs of his that I wanted to pick from. But I went with the easiest one, and the one that would probably not make me cry. So the artist's name is Red Sovine, and his whole gimmick was he did kind of spoken word country music. There's music playing along, but it was spoken word storytelling. And Some of them are just absolutely incredible. Now, this song's called Phantom 309, which I knew from my youth, obviously, like I said, listening to the 8 tracks. And then, strange enough, in adulthood, when I began to listen to Tom Waits, I found that Tom Waits covered this song on a album of his. So, alright. Let's give this a go. This is called Phantom 309. I was out on the West Coast just trying to make a buck. Things didn't work out. I was down on my luck. Got tired of rumming and bumming around. So I started thumbing back east towards my hometown. Made a lot of miles those first 2 days. Figured I'd be home in a week. My luck held out this way. But the third night I got stranded way out of town. At a cold, lonely crossroads, the rain was pouring down. I was hungry and freezing, done caught a chill. When the lights of a big semi topped the hill. Oh, I sure was glad to hear those air brakes come on. I climbed into that cab where I knew it'd be warm. At the wheel sat a big man, he weighed about 210. He stuck out his hand and said with a grin, "Big Joe's the name," and I told him mine. He said the name of my rig is Phantom 309. I asked him why he called his rig such a name. He said, "Son, this old Mac can put 'em all to shame. There ain't a driver or a rig running any line. Ain't seen nothing but the tail lights from Phantom 309. Well, we rode and talked the better part of the night. When the lights of a truck stop came into sight, he said, "I'm sorry, son, but this is as far as you go. 'Cause I gotta make a turn just on up the road." Well, he tossed me a dime as he pulled her in low. He said, "Have yourself a cup on old Big Joe." When Joe and his rig roared out into the night, in nothing flat, he was clean out of sight. Well, I went inside and ordered me a cup. Told the waiter Big Joe was setting me up. Oh, you could have heard a pin drop. It got deathly quiet. And the waiter's face turned kind of white. "Well, did I say something wrong?" I said with a halfway grin. He said, "No, this happens every now and again. Every driver in here knows Big Joe. But son, let me tell you what happened about 10 years ago. At the crossroads tonight where you flagged them down, there was a busload of kids coming from town. And they were right there in the middle when Big Joe topped that hill. Could have been a slaughter, but he turned his wheel. Well, Joe lost control and went into a skid. Gave his life to save that bunch of kids. And there at that crossroads was the end of the line for Big Joe and Phantom 309. But every now and then some hiker will come by and like you, Big Joe, well, he'll give him a ride. Here, have another cup and forget about the dime. Keep it as a souvenir from Big Joe back in 2007 or 2008, I wrote a obscenely contrived concept album, stealing story beats from Stephen King's The Dark Tower series, which in turn was stealing story beats from Arthurian legend. I don't know. I just wanted to write a concept album. So I loosely based all of the characters in it around friends and family. And in it, the main character's mother, who's based off of my mother, is a bit of a seer, you know. She has the ability to see the future, and she keeps time, you know. She writes everything down, which is not too far removed from what my mother actually does. But as far as writing everything down. But this was the opening track to that concept album. So the song was called His Mother's Lament. Time is my master, and I master time. I allow it to pass, and in time it will pass me. He gave me a son to love and to raise, of which I was told could never be. My son, you were born to do better things than what I do, and see more than I've seen. Son, you will go and complete this task, though it will test your spirit. It is what is written. It's written. These words I cannot say to you, my dear one, for fate has laid out the course to the sea. And though I know I'll never see you again, you know that I love you. My son, you were born to do better things than what I do, and see more than I've seen. My son, you will go and complete this task. It'll test your spirit. It is what's written. It's written. Isn't that something? Probably fairly confusing out of context. Yeah. Here's a little Merle Haggard tune. I just figured, why not? I know it for the most part. I would like to think I was a fairly well-behaved child, so really the content of the song doesn't apply, but this song is called Mama Tried. This is going to take a few times. First thing I remember knowing was a lonesome whistle blowing and a youngin's dream of growing up to ride on a freight train leaving town, not knowing where I'm bound. No one could change my mind, but Mama tried. One and only rebel child from a family meek and mild, my mama seemed to know what lay in store. Despite all my Sunday learning, towards the bad I kept on turning, till Mama couldn't hold me anymore. I turned 21 in prison, doing life without parole. No one could steer me right, but Mama tried, Mama tried, Mama tried to raise me better, but her pleading I denied. That leaves only me to blame, 'cause Mama tried. Dear old daddy, rest his soul, left my mom a heavy load. She tried so very hard to fill his shoes, working hours without rest, wanted me to have the best. She tried to raise me right, but I refused. I turned 21 in prison, doing life without parole. No one could steer me right, but Mama tried, Mama tried, Mama tried to raise me better, but her pleading I denied. That leaves only me to blame, 'cause Mama tried. And I turned 21 in prison, doing life without parole. No one could steer me right, but Mama tried, Mama tried, Mama tried to raise me better, but her pleading I denied. That leaves only me to blame, 'cause Mama tried. That leaves only me to blame, 'cause Mama tried. That leaves only me to blame, 'cause Mama tried. Yeah. Mama tried. Or Mama did. I don't know. I think my mom was fairly successful at raising me proper. Alright. Well, I'm gonna wrap this thing up with a song by my mom's favorite singer. My mother, being a country girl, born and raised in Pinchy, lived there the majority of her life. I guess this song really has meant something to her whole life. So here's a little Loretta Lynn.
was born a coal miner's daughter in a cabin on a hill in Butcher Holler. We were poor, but we had love. That was the one thing a daddy made sure of. He shoveled coal to make a poor man's dollar. But daddy worked all night in the Van Leer coal mine, all day long in the field hoeing corn. Mama rocked the babies at night and read the Bible by the coal oil light, and everything would start over the break of morning. Daddy loved and raised 8 kids on a miner's pay. Mama scrubbed our clothes on the washboard every day. While I've seen her fingers bleed, or to complain there was no need, she'd smile in Mama's understanding way. In the summertime we didn't have clothes to wear, but in the wintertime we'd all get a brand new pair. From a mail order catalog, money made from selling a hog, Daddy always managed to get the money somewhere. Yeah, I'm proud to be a coal miner's daughter. I remember well the well where I drew water. The work we done was hard. At night we'd sleep 'cause we were tired. I never thought of ever leaving Butcher Holler. Well, a lot of things have changed since way back then, and it's so good to be back home again. Not much left but the floor. Nothing lives here anymore except the memories of a coal miner's daughter. Except the memories of a coal miner's daughter. Except the memories of a coal miner's daughter. All right. Well, that's it for this episode. Hopefully, we'll get a few more made. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you again next time.